algae control test, and I've already completed the test. And it looks like for my nitrate, I'm in between 1 and 2 parts per million. It's not quite 1 and not quite 2 as far as the color. And then on the phosphate, I'm in between 0.04 and 0.08. So those are in the range that we look for, and I will add that, and then we will move on to the colors test and take it from there. The tests here, and they're kind of involved, a little bit tedious on the potassium, so I did not record it, and nothing too, I guess, alarming came back from it. The iron test, I was in the low section, which is on your left, and it was pretty much in between 0.05 and 0, so that's fine. Then potassium came in high, so I'm at the high part of this range, so it's in the 400s. It probably needs to come down, but the reason it's so high is because I had dosed 1 ml of that, and so that's the reason that, there's some that was added to the tank earlier this week, so that's the reason for that one. And then the final one, which I just finished, is the iodine, and the iodine, I did save that one. It came in, the standard one comes in at 0.06, and so the standard one is the one on the right, and one on the left. So from the video they're going to look very similar, but my iodine is less than the standard as far as color scale, and so it is in between the 0.03 and 0.06, which is on the low side, which is what we're looking for. Alright, so this completes my testing. I have dosed the alkalinity to bring that up slowly. According to the Red Sea chart, it said 53 mLs. So, and in addition to the Red Sea products, I use the Seachem line. So I actually dosed the Reef carbonate. I'm not using infusion yet, but right now I'm using these two. So I added 20 mLs. So it basically says to, on the back, to dilute it in some tank water, which I did. So I took 5 mLs in basically 5 different containers, diluted it, and I did use, let's see, 4 mLs of the Reef foundation. So I'm kind of in between products. I'm sure that's not recommended, but so right there it says I should see that glare. There we go. 53 mLs for SPS frags. If your tank, my alkalinity came in at 7.3, so you go over it and it's 53. So I'm mainly using the Reef carbonate to bring it up. It's just my personal choice, and the whole reason I ended up testing was because I noticed my tank, the corals kind of tell you just how they react. So the Kenya tree hasn't opened for a week and a half, so that kind of raised some flags, and it was more closed than this. This is still closed, but this is how much it has opened after adding roughly 30 mLs of alkalinity. And So everything in the tank is doing well. Another telltale sign that my salinity was off was the fire shrimp, or just I think shrimp in general, they molt whenever there's a change in salinity or water parameters, it seems. So I always tend to test my my water parameters whenever that happens. And then the starfish becomes it starts to hide. So all yesterday it was hiding back behind a rock. So when I tested, I noticed that my temperature took a swing. It's winter time. We just had our first temperature dip below 32 degrees, and as you can see, the starfish is literally hugging the heater. So now I have 3 heaters on the tank, which is may or may not be overkill, but the heater in the sump, there's a heater to the left now and a heater to the right. Eventually I will put one of the heaters down in the sump and maybe put the other one in the overflow box. But all 3 heaters were giving me 3 different temperatures. The heater in the sump this morning dropped down to 77. It's a 300 watt fluval heater. The one on the right is a 200 watt, and that said 76. And then the one on the left, when I put it in the tank this morning, this is the heater that goes into my quarantine. I usually use it for my quarantine tank, which I haven't really used my quarantine tank in a while, so it's just laying around. So when I put that in the system, on this side of the tank it was 72. So all heaters are set to bring the water temperature up to 79, and 3 heater Reef gives it more stability. I just need to I don't like the way the heaters look, so I will find a place in the sump or the overflow blocks for the heaters. So alright, that concludes this video. Glad to see the Kenyan tree is doing well, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates, and this will probably be my last video before my holiday break. And so happy holidays to everyone, and looking forward to 2016.